Hi, everyone. So we're gonna get started. It's a little bit after 9:30, and we're gonna have to see exactly what's going on. So, with that being said, uh, I don't even know where to start for today. Most of the time, I was just gonna say what we were looking for at everything. Hello, who just joined? Uh, we cannot even wait to see why we can't get anything done. I'm exhausted, absolutely exhausted. Really, it's just no foresight. It's just the three of wands. That's why we can't get anything done. There's just nothing to do. Nothing to do. You can't even do it to the highest point of a degree. Five of Pentacles, done. Just can't even be done at all. So when I see it, you're trying to secure something with the Five of Pentacles this week, and you just can't even do at all. But really, the Four of Cups in reverse is there's just strict apathy. So what is happening in the world, as I can see as a psychic, as a medium, and from experience, is that it's basically hell week. It's hell week. You're not going to get anything done that you want to get done because it's pre-elections. Pre-elections. There is no logic to anything. Everything is counterintuitive. And at most, what the Seven of Cups is a type of options of a looking forward to into the next week. I do see legal. I do see judicial. I do see law enforcement. I do see military. I see a finality of relief. Where it goes, it must. But I see it more between a Tuesday and Thursday, and it's pretty clear by Friday morning that there's something of a relief. Now, with that being said, I say imbalance. You can't get done at all. There is securement. I do see people actually going about and getting whatever they need. It could be resources, it could be money. I see paychecks. I see something about five paychecks this week. There's something of using everything about yourself this week, too. Oh my gosh. I do see allergy kick up. You must excuse me, like I said. It was kind of one of those days where you try to get everything done and you can't. So the Two of Wands goes, you have the psychic, you have the medium. No, I'm not psychic, I'm medium. And then you go, I already know. They're just burnt out. They're burnt out. They're not in the right mindset. They're not anything. So with the Four of Pentacles, you go, there's something not right at all with Four of Pentacles in reverse. No securement. But what happened? It was some sort of deal. So more deals are coming to the table politically and business like right before elections. They're really trying to push it out to make the partnerships that they need and those marriages that they need too. So the Four of Swords goes at rest. Thursday and Friday, be aware, be at rest. Now I see something with this of Knight of Wands where it comes in quick as an inspiration and it wants to say Thursday, Friday, but I see more of a Tuesday, Thursday because they feel really bad. Some of these individuals, they feel really bad that something was a slew, something was new, something you must goo up your fingers for because I see a degree of anxiety. I do see some arrests this week, pretending to be a judge. That's a fun one. But really, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, you can't even do a completion of a cycle this week. So just pace yourself. Really, just pace yourself at all. There be no new beginnings too much this week. It's just laid on the table. It's not even pushed into play. It's a little bit delusional by Saturday morning for some people. The Queen of Wands goes, I don't get it of what is true and what is not. Yeah, lack of inspiration, maybe lackadaisical work, everything and anything is something and nothing. Three of Cups goes, you can't do it done at all. Gosh, no celebration, no getting togethers, no big victories. But I see that I do have to come back here on live on Sunday instead of Monday elections. I don't feel it should, but just leave a comment in the box and whether you think I should or not. Should it be a Sunday or should I be a Monday? Give some sort of offering towards someone this week. Because even if it's small, a kind gesture, they need it really bad. There's no skilled work in it because there is a little bit of apathy disrupt when you actually offer it. So the hangman in reverse goes long pause Sunday. There's a long pause on a Saturday, Sunday. Judgment. So, as far as judgment goes, I see that people are very clear minded about what to do, where to go to the ballot box. They're very excited to go into this. But then when it happens, it goes, I just don't know, like all of a sudden. All it is that when you're going into early voting, there's a lot of energies around you. You're going to be exhausted, absolutely exhausted. So the Eight of Cups goes, don't cry over the spilled milk. Just get things done at your pace, at your best interest. Don't be greedy also this week. Take a kind word or two as you pass by. That is what's actually going to help a lot of people. When you say this, you go, the Tower, chaos, where is it? I see it as a juxtapose in law enforcement this week on a Wednesday, Thursday, but not clear at all. The Eight of Wands is a lack of communication somewhere at some point towards the end of the week. Could be beginning, could be sporadic, but there is a lack of communication. So the Nine of Pentacles, it was prudent path that's coming in. The Lovers, there is a separation happening. The King of Wands goes, I think you need to sit and actually watch. There's quite a bit of them this week. Everywhere are sitting pretty honorably. But the struggle is alleviated. I just don't understand why. Trickery, that's true. That's true. Now, on my new podcast that I have started and will be uploading in the next, by the end of the week or so on a Fixer Upper. But basically, all you need to do, and it just means an edit, is that there's something strong coming in called a rue. And when they do a rue, it's just going to be as you're driving or say, I saw it, I heard it, I felt it, it's true. The Six of Swords says, put a nail in it. I just don't know why. But then you say, here we go, we got protesters. No, they're not protesters. They're just outside campaigning. That's all. Yep, solitude. There's a degree of still solitude here in America when it comes to this. When it comes to coming out into voting, they're so excited. It is a big deal. So when you see the Eight of Swords come in, don't go by and see it. Actually go by and actually do a rue. And I say don't do the rue. Just spell it. Basically, just don't get yourself into a muck. There is a bit of counterintuitive happening. There is Eight of Pentacles. There is a security of a must. You'll understand it as it plays out. A degree of unhappiness. Because there is this inhibition still with people. Like they still have to do this thing. And it may be good and it may be bad prior to elections, prior to big events, or maybe to going out. That the Seven of Swords says they just have to do it. They have to do it. It means in order to secure money, one must sell to a halt stop of oneself. You must always know how to contain yourself. You must always know how to hold yourself back. Yes, when you can't, you have to say unfulfilled wishes to get it done. The Hierophant says there is a source. There's a source to everything on how the behaviors play out this week. And that the Nine of Cups is just something that you can't get done. You just can't get this done. We already know. We already know. So with that being said, once I say it so many times, you have to say, is this injustice? What is happening right now? What is actually truly happening? So let's look at the Akashic Tarot and see exactly what is truly happening, because it's driving me nuts when I have to hear lament and I have to hear it's pertinent, it's done, I can't get it done, and next I hear it's May. It maybe, no, I don't know. That's all I keep hearing. Those are the things of the week. Already, elements. People just not feeling well. Cold, flu, and COVID. Community, mask up. You're not going to feel well. The King of Roses in reverse. Nothing is planted. Nothing is planted. It's just a season. It really is. There's no thought process when it comes to the Buddha and prepares in reverse. There's just straight intuitive guiding, hard instinctive guiding this week. Fated meetings. I definitely see that with a lot in the next 1 to 3 weeks. There are meeting of new people that you were meant to know. Sometimes you're meant to know it. Maybe you need to be with them to knock it out. But maybe you just need to know them and make new connections and friendships. There's something of an uprooting, of a changing coming through by the end of the year, where it wasn't prophesied, it wasn't written or predicted or foreseen or foretold. This is something of a karmic energy from the universe dropped down from all the astrological occurrences. This is where the Queen of Forces is such a hard card coming out in this time of the week, that they're still balancing everything to the highest degree of none. Now everything is up in the air. You can't understand anything of it. When it's up in the air, you can't even see the sound at all. Now the clearing of the way says there is a degree of clearing, especially with all that karmic energy, with all the occurrences coming in and everything is topsy-turvy. Where is the clearing? Is this the clearing we wanted? When it's universal controlled, you cannot control exactly what is actually going to be true. The Willow states, no, not at all. You can't get it done at all. Now, with that being said, you must do. You must do. So how do I explain a willow in reverse? So basically, when I see the willow in reverse and I'm seeing how the trees and the leaves are coming down, and I hear they will fall in the fall again, which is not a bad thing per se. But all you need to know is whatever falls down from universal control or universal karma or corrective action is not what has been written out or foretold. So you can write all the documents you want. It's just not going to get done. So when you look at the bird's nest, you literally have to say it's kind of a spring in your step, no matter what. It is the Akashic field. That is the energetic energy field. That is your aura. That is how karma is coming in. That is how to the land of what we call, are you privy or not, to know the information or not. Because when you see the War of Roses, it's not point blank, but it's definitely in your face. The birth of something comes through. It is kind of like a birth in reverse. It's hard to say that. How can you birth in reverse? It basically is a reversal of where things begun to restart on a track known to reknown to not known, which means it's a mix. It's almost like a railroad crossing. Like I said, right here, this card says it all. It's paths unknown to get it done. It's going to be a little bit of a chess game. It's going to be a little bit of a maneuvering. Like I said, you're going to need windows of opportunity to the intricacies of the industry. So when you look at how everything, all the businesses are running around politics this week, around military this week, around how your job is, down to healthcare, that is where true prophecy and prediction comes in with the Oracle of Delphi. It says everything would be around to a standstill to be it known. And that was in 1937 from someone named Lily Gaston Gable. The Akashic Library says on the records with HIPAA and all of it, it means Uriel and the Sphinx. It means when you look at your documenting and you look at something, it's hard to explain Uriel and the Sphinx. It basically is something when you're going over to CVS or Walgreens and you're getting your over the counters and you have your antibiotics. Is it a good mix of your antibiotics of what has been prescribed or not? There's something about reading your scripts, everything. Archangel Raphael says, no, 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 no. To get a run on a way to a done, to be a May, to be the GIE. So you can go and you can get your gun in May, but you can't get it in on October to say, Lou is you. You can't be a boo. So that is where Pro 2A really comes in this week. That is the final decision maker of whether or not you can or cannot. So when it happens to get a Rue to be a duo conversation, to a dual enact, the waterfall comes through and falls through to get a man to a woman to get it done because he can't see anything. It's like a continuance on no matter where you go. And that is the point of the election coming forward in 2024 to be it all, to know it all, to sow it all to Bay. Where is Bay? The Bay of Pigs, the Bay of all, the Bay of none, the Bay of a lull, to be annulled. That means that when someone comes through and gets a marriage done so well to ill, you have to say a governor comes in and says, well, I think you got it done right because you can't even run right now. And you are up to physical therapy. How did that happen? So that actually comes to the point of hostage to the protesters, to the point of everything to get it done. And that was Matthew Adam Gaston Gable. in 1932 and again said it in 1937, just like his sister-in-law Lily. They were known to be heinous when they spoke because they knew it well and they were always at opposite ends of a RUX. That means at a military standpoint to a law enforcement standpoint, that they are at best at opposite ends. That is where a lot of people are in their homes right now because the will and the wisdom of the mind can't even get an in between. And that was his brother, Lawrence. Now, the Ark of the Covenant means ill documentation, and that they used to say was Trevor, but really it was not. It was JJ. The Queen of Roses says, no, Mary said it best. This crew from World War that I have seen as psychic, as medium, and just a visitation from a past can't even get it done right. They acted it out completely right on how it would be in the current date and time, that nobody would get anything done. They would all want to separate. They would all want to file for divorce. They all would want to get a gun. They all want to get a dog and a cat and live separately because they couldn't get a done gun. That meant they couldn't even write anything out. They had to listen to everything to the highest point of a resolve. So then you say, is this breaking of commitments? Yes and no. It all comes to tolerance, it said. And they said, as I studied, you can't get it done right and well because you are well known now. And they went, nope, you're not well known, you're not well liked, and you're not well, can't even say it on air. I'll get dinged. But basically, all you need to know is that when you walk into a gas station and they look at you, no matter what the color of your skin is, what you're wearing, if you're innocent or not, if you're a criminal or not, just getting a drink or going to the bathroom, that you're deemed ill upon a look. And that it was the basis of how a lot of things started at the elections last time in 2000, where you couldn't get it done at all because everything was topsy-turvy. Was the ballots right? It was dictatorship. It was the energy of all of it. Balance. Where was balance? We had balance last administration. What was due? Spell it. What was due? Wishes fulfilled. You can't do a career well known to be it known on a way to known. And that was their cousin, Joseph Stephen Gaston Gable. These guys were so cantankerous, as I said, and that's why I keep saying cantankerous review. It's coming through. It must be known. No, it's not the same. But basically, all you need to know is that things got topsy-turvy and it carried through. Always remember that energy carries through to the basis of known. So when you see that the masculine portion of the forces card is upside down, that means the hunter's moon actually did a true jurisdiction juxtaposed cut of a line where you can't go over unless it's known on the basis of known, even on a 911 call for most areas now. And that is why it's all a slew. A slew means a coming in, a flooding to where there's days you can't call 911. It's shut down. So as the cards are thrown at me, I can't even do this enough at all. Now, There is something about the dark. There is something about the moon again. You're not to know what it is until it's in your face. So this is wit and fun. Again, a mystery. So what is true? True is a do of a moo. Agriculture. That is what came through. Family. Stick to your family. The lore. Let's talk about the Carolinas. Anything new? Clean up. They're pretty ornery and angst. But ghost comes in and I see you bid adieu to a new shoe coming in at night. There's something coming through at some point this week that we're not to know, that is to remain a mystery, that is part of election, that is part of diplomatic measures, that is part of everything that you need to know that is new. It is something that slinked in really quick because the peacock appears and I say it is something new in a bloom of that area. The spider in the corner literally says, a boo is you. A boo is you. So when you see ghosts and you see spider, a boo is you. So let's talk about Halloween. How is Halloween going to be this week? I do see it red and I do see it a known gold. I do see it a gray and I do see it a red blue hue, which means a burning of a burnout. It's a nasty burnout. House. You must go about and know it. Solid structure. So let's talk about crumbling foundations. The mastery comes in and says, I already saw the way that the land is. It's really not good, but there is power there. There's something strong in the structure of the land where we just can't understand with the tabletop. The belonging, I think they belong there. I think it belongs there. I don't know, should. So there is some sort of protection still around Halloween. I don't get the feeling of something new that would pop up. I don't get the feeling of that it should be that way. I don't get the feeling that it should be anything at that point. But listen to your body. Literally listen to your body. It feels like a slam of a cutout hidden somewhere. You will not see it at all, but it is fated. That means it's universal must. It's not destiny. It was not written. And that's all you need to know. And that is how the story is going to start. It's going to start with Delaware. It's going to start with early voting. It's going to start with, I don't know why I hear underwear. I hear on like military uniform, gear, cold weather gear. I also hear red, blue hue on Halloween. I also hear white and gold on a Thursday. I also hear a want of red, but really it is a green that shows up on Friday. And on Saturday, it is clear, white, opaque, unknown to Sunday. I just can't even do. So with that being said, just leave a comment on a Sunday or a Monday on election day on how they should do the next live. Also, too, leave a comment or a like or a share if you feel like we did a good job tonight. Also, too, go ahead and feel free. If I did a good job, if you want to leave a donation, that would be great too. With that being said, we'll talk to you soon and we'll talk to you within the week. Have a good night.